Hussain, I'm very glad that he mentioned that process is important. Yeah. The end result is of no consequence because again he is highly part of the Indian philosophy here. He is from here. So he can only think about the process. Other people think of the end results. But actually the end product is not as exciting as the process is. How will you enjoy the food if you are not aware about how it was cooked and how everything was brought together and put together and done? I think this is very important. But we never have time for this. We are actually interested in conclusions, summary, of notes. In Gunwant Bhai's house, Hussain used to come often. And one day we met and he says, oh, ये बहुत गर्मी है, कैसे होता है? I said, क्या करें? तो ये मकान तुम ऐसे ही बनाते हो, गर्म हो जाते हो? मैंने कहा नहीं, हो सकता है, अंडरग्राउंड भी हो सकता है. हो सकता है, मैंने कहा. That is long back. Then 25 years later he comes back again. I used to meet him often. He would come home and this and that. Then he says, मुझे अभी वो हैदराबाद में किया, कलकत्ता में किया, मुझे यहाँ गैलरी बनाना है. And so I said, जगह तो मिलेगी, चलो देखते हैं. So we saw the thing and then as usual he had a press conference and he says, I'm going to make here a gallery. तो मैंने कहा नहीं गैलरी क्यों बनाएंगे, अंडरग्राउंड बनाएंगे, गुफा बना देंगे. तो बोलते हाँ गुफा अच्छा है, करो गुफा करेंगे. But I said, I'm going to challenge you, you can't paint. You will have to invent something. I said, you can only invent because you have the ability to invent. So I said, I'm going to challenge myself and I'll challenge you.
When everything was complete, then I said these outer surface looks beautiful, there must be something. And why not have a snake like, make it more, sensuous and everything. Because all those they're like a breast of the earth, So, and a little like a snake entwined on that. So I got up and I drew just freehand like that. Without showing the face, and you see the snake going on. Otherwise it would be a pretty thing. So this gave a little,
When I made a model, I shook the model. I said, I don't like going straight. So these things became like that, And then I said, that's how it should be. So the thrust changed, that it was designed on a computer. So first time in my life or anywhere, as I know, a completely sustainable building. This is saucers. Black saucers I got made, 10,000 for Cobra. So the myth became here integrated part of the whole story.
His own personal experiences would have also, I think, contributed. And he was constantly traveling, constantly sketching, looking at places in India and abroad. There's a very open-minded approach to architecture, whether it is in India or elsewhere. But whatever he was impressed and inspired by somehow remained as something in his memory, and which has affected a lot of the work later. So that we can see from the late 70s onwards, Doshi trying to create a distinctive language which takes of the best of both his masters, but is his own.
Now this architecture, particularly, I was telling Doshi, this is a miracle. And why is it not repeating? He says, it's just because it was a miracle. Because you must get a client and a function that is not defined. Function is not defined. There is a gallery to meditate. Now galleries, you just go to see things. But here in this gallery, you can meditate over things like that.
If you meet a person, there are various ways you can greet the person. You may shake hand, you will say namaskara, or you may embrace. So his building, you'll find all these four phenomena. See Indology building, it's a landscape and it just stands out there. I'll say it just does namaskara or something like that. See, I am here, it's virtually shake hand. I mean, see landscape and the kind of building, just meeting each other, September again goes back. It doesn't enter the mystery. But if you see a Sangha, and particularly the Gufa, I think this building is completely rooted into the into the ground, and virtually it's like a tree. It's drawing its nourishment from inside. It's just going. That also the embracing. That building embraces the, it's showing this tremendous intimacy. It's a virtual marriage between the land and the building. So I think this is all. It doesn't mean one is good against. I mean, there are three ways of meeting friends. Meet in various ways.
This is like actually the real Varaha Avatar. Varaha Avatar is the one where the Vishnu goes down to find that Rakshasa, because Indra's wife was taken by him. And I remembered that and I said, I want to do that, so that we separate. So this goes below, no? So you get the sense.